Corporal has opened his Sharps carbine, pulling out a paper cartridge, puts it in. When he closes that latch, it cuts the cartridge, exposing the powder to his primer, which he has just put on. Now he has a loaded carbine, and did that while mounted. One of the other advantages of the Sharps is the fact that you could do that mounted. Now, they also introduced several other weapons in the Civil War. In the Civil War, they began producing metallic cartridges. So you would see the lever-action Henry rifle, the forefather of the Winchester. And you also would see the Spencer repeating rifle, which was the most common repeating rifle made during the Civil War. So there were several technological. Now on the far end of the field, you see the Federals taking some cannon hits. Again, cannon very devastating. And the Confederates have deployed behind their artillery line, although they've taken a severe mauling with the number of cannons they've got, gives them a strong defensive position. So it's making the Federals think twice before trying to push their advantage upon what they've done so far. So they've moved their cavalry. One of the other advantages of the cavalry is the ability to move from point A to point B much quicker than the infantry. So they've gone out, they've moved their cavalry from one flank to the other. Unfortunately, the Confederates have a pretty strong cavalry force, and they are able to counter that. Now you see the signalman on the field. He's sending a signal back to his gunners, instructing them either what to shoot or to cease fire possibly. Now the way they do that again is to the left is a 1, to the right is a 2, and when they go in front of them, that's a 3. Now the 3 is only used to indicate the end of a word or the end of a sentence.
There we go, another one.
Now the Confederate infantry is coming out. If you look at the lines, you can see that the lines are much smaller than they were earlier. They've suffered heavy casualties. So you see that the lines are much shorter than they were when they walked onto the field. That's an excellent question, by the way. One of the gentlemen is wondering why the cannons and all this noise doesn't spook the horses. And the answer is simple, it's training. It takes a long time to train horses. Horses are very skittish. And it takes a long time to train them, to get used to the pistol, shooting a pistol over his head, firing the cannon. You notice that the horses don't jump when the cannons fire. They are well trained. It takes a lot of time to get them conditioned so that they're used to the conditions of battle. Now we see the Confederates are still engaging the infantry. Doesn't look like the Federals are trying to push beyond what they've already accomplished.